Hey, welcome to the Midships YouTube channel. I'm your Captain Corey. Today, we're going to talk about Tropical Depression number 9 that could be a hurricane by this weekend and affect cruising in and out of the Gulf of Mexico. Also, there's some Disney news that we need to share with you, some new protocols for onboard Disney ships, as well as a look inside of a brand new Disney cruise ship that should be sailing sometime in 2022. Pro tip, if you're a Star Wars fan and a grown-up like me, you are gonna love it. And Carnival's Panorama, which is virtually a brand new ship, has suffered a problem with her propulsion system on her current itinerary and will be getting into port late this weekend. So if you are cruising Carnival Panorama this weekend, you might want to take a look at your cruise planner, and you may have received an email from Carnival Cruise Line. And finally, what you've all been waiting for, this week's giveaway item will be revealed in today's episode, so stick around. Let's go ahead and put on our meteorologist hats and talk about Tropical Depression number 9. This is from the Orlando Sentinel's Joe Mario Pedersen, and you can see we have a track of this new tropical depression. We're going to come back to this, so put a pin in that. Let's start reading the article. The 9th tropical depression of the 2021 season formed Thursday morning in the West Caribbean Sea, although it is projected to become a hurricane in the next 2 days and target the U.S. Gulf Coast by this Sunday. A weather station in Kingston, Jamaica recorded the tropical depression's maximum sustained winds at 35 miles an hour, and it's moving northwest around 13 miles an hour. The depression is forecast to pass over the Cayman Islands on Thursday and will approach the Gulf Coast on Sunday. This depression could become a hurricane, and it may bring dangerous storm surge to Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, or the Florida Panhandle. So this is now our third weekend in a row that we are looking at a hurricane somewhere along the Florida coast, the Gulf of Mexico coast, or down into Texas. So what is going on? Guys, we all know that these cruise ships love to flip-flop their itineraries on the weekends, so we better watch out for some itinerary changes coming in to this weekend. You can see we have the track of the storm pulled up here. It looks like sometime around Sunday, it's forecast to make landfall somewhere around Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, or the Panhandle of Florida. So everybody living in these areas, we wish you well. Go ahead and start making your preparations. While we speak of preparations, this is the perfect time to remind you, cruise insurance is such a great thing to get this time of year. Not only do we have hurricanes in the forecast, but we also have a global health pandemic that is causing all kinds of upsets, cancellations, and missed cruises. So, for instance, with these type of weather events, before the storm has been named, you can still purchase insurance for your cruise against hurricanes. However, if this storm becomes named today or tomorrow, that insurance policy is no longer probably going to cover this weather event. So just know that if you're cruising this weekend, you might want to think about getting that coverage today. Let's talk about the Disney Cruise Line. We have 2 stories coming out today from the Mouse. In Travel Weekly, in an article by the Travel Week Group, Disney Cruise Line updates guests about their new vaccine policy for the Bahamas. In Port Canaveral, Florida, Disney Cruise Line is informing passengers sailing to the Bahamas about new vaccination mandates in effect next month. For sailings to the Bahamas beginning September 3rd until the 1st of November of 2021, the destination will require that all passengers aged 12 and older be fully vaccinated in order for a ship to be allowed entry into any of its cruise ports. This includes private islands like Disney's Castaway Cay. So this is a story we started reporting on first about a week ago, and this is not the first cruise line to go ahead and follow through with a vaccine mandate for people 12 and up going to the Bahamas. Currently, we have Disney Cruise Lines doing this mandate. We have Royal Caribbean, we have Carnival, we have Norwegian Cruise Line, which mandates full vaccinations. So you can see that all the cruise lines have sort of begun to step into line with each other in respect to this new Bahamian protocol. Disney Cruise Line kicked off its phased relaunch earlier this month with 3 and 4 night itineraries aboard the Disney Dream. The cruise line hopes to begin sailing 7-night voyages and longer aboard the Disney Fantasy in October, pending the pandemic conditions nearer to that date. During this initial restart phase, the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy will only visit Disney's Castaway Cay, the company's private island in the Bahamas. Let's stick with the Disney theme. We have a new ship on the horizon coming up in 2022, and it will feature a Star Wars themed eatery for adults. So let's take a little quick look at that now. From the Orlando Sentinel's Richard Tribot, Disney Wish behind the scenes. Star Wars space for adults is a long time coming. I'm just going to hit play on this so you can watch it in the background as I start the article. X-Wing Fighter, check. Millennium Falcon, check. That bulk freighter that Han Solo and Chewbacca were using in Star Wars Force Awakens, check. Hundreds of recognizable and barely recognizable Star Wars spacecraft will be flying around in the background scenes of the very high-definition window into space of the new Star Wars Hyperspace Lounge coming to the Disney Wish when Disney Cruise Line's newest ship debuts in summer of 2022. And you can see here, we have in this video that's playing, you can see the development of this window into space that's going to be featured in the background of this eatery. Very cool stuff. Disney Imagineers are honing the bells and whistles in Orlando for the space to be installed on the ship that's currently under construction in Germany. You can see here we have a picture of the Imagineers. It looks like they're developing this window separately here in the United States while the ship is currently being built, and they'll probably install it when she actually gets here into Port Canaveral. This is really cool stuff to see. You can see this guy down here sort of doing his thing. It looks like this screen is controlling what's playing on the window in the background. And we have a quote from the executive director. "They don't realize we do things in trailers." This is the first Star Wars space geared towards adults after the cruise line has installed spaces in the Oceaneer Club aboard both Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy, geared for only kids aged 3 to 12. "We've heard from adults, why are Star Wars experiences limited to just kids spaces?" said one of the Imagineers, noting that they would hear things like, "My kids are Star Wars fans because I'm a Star Wars fan and I'm imbued with them." Very cool stuff coming out of Disney. Are you looking forward to sailing aboard a ship like this as an adult and enjoying that Star Wars experience at sea? Leave a comment below. While you're down there, be sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up on this video. It's because of viewers like you that we've experienced the amazing growth over the last few weeks. We really appreciate everything you do for us, and we'd love to continue growing this community together. We need to talk about the Carnival Panorama, an essentially brand new ship. She's having some trouble with her propulsion system. Let's hop into an article from Cruise Hive and learn some more. By Emery's Thacker, Carnival Panorama suffers technical issue resulting in itinerary changes. Carnival's Panorama, which is currently sailing its first return voyage out of California to the Mexican Riviera, has suffered a technical issue. As a result, the cruise line has adjusted the ship's call at Cabo San Lucas today. The third Vista-class ship is suffering from an issue related to its maximum cruising speed. Carnival Cruise Line sent out a letter to guests on August 25th, letting them know about the problem and that their time at Cabo San Lucas on August 26th would be altered, and with a delayed arrival back at the Port of Long Beach in California on August 28th. So if you are cruising aboard the Panorama and you are set to depart this weekend, you are going to have a little delayed embarkation. It sounds like they're maybe only running about 4 hours behind, maybe 5, but you should be aware that you're going to have a delayed embarkation. Now, this also is going to have implications for people on the cruise ship who are hoping to fly home that day. That's why you should never fly in and out on the same day of your cruise, right? We've always said that. Now, I'm guilty of doing this, so it's okay. You know, you can try it and risk it, but we're going to see how the cruise line is going to handle this. Let's keep reading. The cruise line said in a letter, "We are experiencing an issue that's impacting the ship's maximum cruising speed. As a result, our return to Long Beach will be later than scheduled, and we now expect to arrive at approximately 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, the 28th. Today, the call at Cabo San Lucas has been altered to make sure the ship does arrive back home at the new arrival time. Originally, the Carnival Panorama had an arrival time of 7 a.m. and departure time of 3 p.m. Instead, the ship already arrived earlier at 6 a.m. and will depart Cabo earlier at 2 p.m. Carnival also informed guests that their shore excursions booked through the cruise line will adjust accordingly, and if any tour is impacted, they will be contacted individually. Those who've purchased Carnival's Fly to Fun airfare would have their flights adjusted automatically for them if they are scheduled to depart before 2 p.m. So good news, Carnival's taking care of those who book their flights directly through the cruise line, and that is a benefit, of course, of booking through the cruise line. Now let's talk about the cruisers who didn't book through the cruise line. The cruise line will reimburse up to $200 per person for guests who have had to change their flights scheduled before 2 p.m. So that's anybody on board the ship. So Carnival is at least trying to make things right. Carnival Panorama is currently sailing a 7-day Mexican Riviera cruise that departed Long Beach on August 21st. The ship first started sailing in December 2019 and is the second newest ship in the fleet at 133,500 gross tons and a guest capacity of just over 4,000 at double occupancy. Cruise Hive last reported a similar issue with the Carnival Dream, which was also in August, but back in 2019. In June, sister ship Carnival Vista also had an issue with its maximum cruising speed, resulting in changes to its itinerary. So it looks like Carnival is dealing with yet another Vista class experiencing problems with their propulsion system. So hopefully this only delays a few hours for people's cruises, and hopefully everything is back to normal with the Carnival Panorama. I know some of our viewers are scheduled to go out on the Panorama in the near future, and we hope that everything is back to normal by the time you embark. Now, it's time to reveal this week's giveaway items. The giveaway will begin tomorrow. So you must be subscribed to win. So before you leave, you might as well go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss tomorrow's giveaway announcement, because you're going to have to leave a comment on that video to be eligible to win. But let's go ahead and unbox the giveaway items. And here we have it, the giveaway box. And let's go ahead and unbox it. I've already cut myself today with this knife, so it's absolutely lovely. Okay, we got some good stuff in this box. Yeah, you're going to definitely want to win this one. So the first items in today's giveaway is a 4-pack of travel wristbands for motion sickness. So these you would wear around your wrist, just like you see in the picture. You wear them on both wrists. So we've got a couple colors here. This is drug-free option. Of course, you could always take the Dramamine on board, and it's always recommended that you cruise with that. However, this is a really good option if you're somebody who doesn't want to take that, who doesn't want to be drowsy, maybe you're pregnant. This is something that you should definitely have on board. So great news for our giveaway this week. Also, wow, look at this guy. This is a passport holder that also holds your COVID-19 vaccination card. So really nice, soft kind of leatherette passport book, embossed for the U.S. passport books. And so that's going to be an awesome giveaway item. And last, it looks like we have some magnetic hooks to go on the wall in your cruise cabin. So these are really handy if you've never cruised before, or maybe you just don't know. All the walls, or most walls in the ship, are magnetic. And so these hooks are extremely handy to have around in the room, whether you're decorating, hanging things up to dry, or maybe you just need a little bit of extra space to get things off those tiny cruise desks. So yeah, you can win all of these 3 items in tomorrow's giveaway. Okay, cruisers, that's going to do it for today's episode of Midships. Thanks so much for stopping by, and until next time, we'll see you on the Midships.